All right, guys, this is our Deal Champs one-on-one series where we bring on different members from the Deal Champs community. We help them out with whatever that they need. A lot of times we're calling leads if they're a little bit newer because they need help with sales. Right now, Marcus needs help with a little bit of structure on how his company should look and how he should be structuring his day. So I think this will be really good.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me on.
Of course, bro. I mean, Niners suck, but it's okay. You guys are terrible.
Hey,
You guys
someone's
are
always gonna
trash.
hate. It's all good though. Had to represent, you know.
You guys pulled it out yesterday, though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
yeah, we
watching it
did, man.
because
So,
Kalani's a huge Niners fan. Her whole family, except her dad, is huge Niners fans.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Well, there you go. You got somebody to ruffle your feathers right there, huh?
Oh, yeah. Bro, where were you? You're up in Sac, right?
Yeah, I'm a sack.
How come we didn't see you the other day?
Oh man, kids are sick, bro. Dad
All right.
life, you know. It's just how it
Fair enough,
is.
dude.
We got COVID going through the house right now, so it's been a wicked one this past week.
Okay. All right, bro. What's going on? What do you feel like you need the most help with?
So
Like,
right
tell
now,
me what's
just
going on problem wise.
so right now I'm really trying to hone in on doing the wholesaling, like going in 100%, right? Like primarily we flip right now, flip, and I run a traditional real estate business as well too. But I really need to get the wholesaling going just to try to get faster cash coming in. The last couple flips that we've been doing this past year have just almost been flops. You know, they made money, but
Okay.
nothing close to what they should have been. And the risk versus the reward just hasn't been there. Like I have no problem with flipping. I love flipping. Been doing it for I don't know 6 or 7 years now. But at this point, like if I can kind of shift my business a little bit and focus more on wholesaling because I've done a few in the past, I've seen how fast and lucrative it can be. I really want to try to get that aspect going again and really focus on it until we can, either get really good deals that we want to take down and flip ourselves or buy and hold, whatever it is. But I need to make up for these past couple of flips that just didn't pan out the way that we were hoping.
Okay. Tell me about what you're doing for marketing right now, bro.
So right now we're just starting on getting the yellow letters HQ, doing some direct mail. So I'm getting ready to prepare my first campaign. I had a meeting with iSpeed to Lead on Friday, so talking about trying to get some paid leads coming in. Also spoke with motivated leads on Friday as well too. So just trying to look at the marketing channels that were on the training
I would
platforms
push you
that
towards real estate bees and lead
real estate
Zolo
bees. Okay,
instead of motivated leads and iSpeed delete.
I'm gonna take some notes too while we're at it. So,
That's who
so you
Dean and
said
I use the majority
you
of the time.
said real estate bees, and what was the other one?
Real estate bees,
Mm-hmm.
lead Zolo, and
Oh
property
yeah.
leads. Real estate bees right now is like our number one. Lead Zolo has been with us for years now. We love them.
Okay.
And then property leads is another great company. Their CEO Andy over there is amazing. So if
Okay.
you're going to be, iSpeed Delete is good for like, they have a coupon club that
Uh
could be
huh.
good, but Real Estate Bees has performed really well. So I
Okay.
would go with those ones instead, just based off of performance for us and other community members. They've been doing really
Okay.
well.
Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm just starting that just to get that focus going and trying to, ideally I want to have it a little bit faster pace, of course, as anybody would. I have some money to throw at it, and that's why I feel like doing the paper leads would be a little bit better. I looked into different networks with the what is it, pay per click, I think it is, like having them do running ads and stuff, and it's so expensive. Like if I don't have enough money
Yeah.
coming in from it yet, I don't think I can really float it. The guy was telling me it's gonna be like 5 grand a month, ideally. So I just don't feel like I'm ready for that yet. So I'm hoping like the paper leads is a little bit more affordable and it could at least get the ball rolling for us, and then we can put those funds back into investing further.
What else are you doing for so you aren't doing anything direct to seller marketing right now? I remember for a
No,
little bit
not
you were
right
cold calling a
now.
little bit.
Yeah, cold calling's been it.
What's your monthly budget that you could spend for the next 6 months?
I mean, honestly, right now probably like about $1,000.
About $1,000. Your PPL. So up because you're up in SAC, I bet you. I was talking to someone. It costs about 8 grand to do a deal up there with direct to seller marketing.
Oh, really?
As well, I was talking to Bobby about it. He was like, it
Oh,
costs
okay.
about $8,000, and Bobby, I think, will do 100 deals this year.
Yeah, I believe it.
So if I'm doing that, PPL is good. Your county courthouse is going to be really good. I think a really untapped market for you is all of the agents who you know and letting them know you're trying to buy deals, but you just want pocket listings.
Uh-huh.
You can wholesale those still.
Okay.
Me and Dean were down in Riverside the other day. We met two different wholesalers who do $100,000 a month just doing direct to agent stuff,
Okay.
like deals from
Yeah.
other agents.
Yeah, luckily in my office, so I work with Coldwell Banker here in Elk Grove, and I'm kind of like known as the flipping guy in that office. So luckily, I do get some good leads from our agents there, and I've gotten past deals from other agents that I work with that just need quick sale, crap houses, whatever it is. Usually, they give me the chance to shoot my bid and see where it's at, and then hopefully shut it down from there. But and that's worked out pretty good. With I think I've picked up about 3 deals from realtors in the past 2 years, through that channel. But I don't really have, maybe I'm messing up on the networking part and really putting myself out there
It's the
for
networking
other
part, bro.
brokerages. Yeah,
Because we should be pulling in multiple opportunities a week.
yeah,
Like you should be getting quality at bats every day, essentially.
okay,
Like if I can get quality at bats every day just from people sending me stuff, I would
yeah,
challenge you to get out and network and talk to as many realtors as you can. They're the ones who are going to send stuff and it's going to supplement and you can close on great deals.
yeah,
And worst comes to worst, because one of my friends out in Virginia, we were talking about this the other day. He probably has $500,000 in the pipeline, but then cash dried up because he has $500,000 in the pipeline, right? He
yeah,
was like, man, but like I just keep flipping stuff. I was like, bro, so why don't we just do this? On the next one that comes in, we get it. It has to be a pocket listing. We buy it, we clean it out, and we just throw it up on the market. Just throw it up on the market. Let's capture 30 right now instead
hmm
of going for 80. Or you can, if you get a good pocket listing, you could just assign it anyways.
So when you're doing pocket listings, are you fully taking it down, or are you going to just do a normal assignment at that point?
Whichever one works for you.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, so like the way I've done in the past is, I would typically just assign it, because there was only one that we had to keep, and that was because it had a whole legal mess behind it. So we just needed to get it in our names. But of course, everything else comes with that, right? You got additional bills, property taxes, everything else. Yeah, all that stuff hits once you take ownership. So ideally, if I can avoid that and just assign it to that next person, I'm all game. I'd rather do that. It's less risk on my end.
Then we should do that. But I'd say your number one channel that you should be like pushing on right now, since you have credibility with realtors already and in your market, is
hmm
saying send me more deals.
Okay.
Like that is the easiest right now free money that will come for you like that. Like you
Yeah.
could
So
get one
getting more
done this week.
vocal. Okay.
Getting a lot more
So get more
vocal,
vocal. All right.
get a lot more active on social. I'm not huge with realtors, but I know you guys have like an email list of like a sphere of influence or whatever.
hmm
I just email that list. Be like, hey, we're looking for a new project. I'm a huge fan of email. We make a lot of money from email just from everything that we do. We make money from the Deal Champs community in email. We make money from affiliates. We get deal flow from it. We can raise money from it. It is so slept on. If you just send out an email saying, hey, we're looking to buy another project. Does anybody have any types of property that may need work or that they're looking to sell pretty fast?
Okay.
And watch the amount of opportunities that come your way. But we just have to do this like once a week.
Gotcha. Okay. So just consistency with that, really reaching out to other realtors, brokerages, and kind of seeing what they can offer if they have anything.
Yeah, it's another marketing channel. Like Dylan
Okay.
Miracle's in there. And what we had him do, sorry, Miracle's in the community. I was like, bro, you post about raising private money all the time. Just post raising, hey, I have more money than I know what I need to do with. I need to buy more stuff. We've
hmm
raised money. I need to buy more deals. Send me
Yeah,
your
he's
deals.
accomplished that part. Now it's for the next thing.
For you, you're just like, hey, I just need more deals.
Yeah.
We have money ready to deploy. I need more deals. And you should be actively talking about that on Facebook, Instagram, on your email list.
Okay.
That is our right now money that will accomplish. And that is like a direct input and output for your marketing channels. That
Okay.
we will be able to work hard on it and we'll see results.
Yeah, and there's no cost practically either. I mean, just
Exactly.
time, right? All right. So,
That would be number
and
one.
okay, and so for reaching out to all the agents, I mean, do you typically recommend having like showing credibility as to what we've done in the past for completed projects, or just keep it simple and plain? We need houses. We're looking to buy, can close quick. Bread and
Um,
butter.
Reach out to them like, hey, we've done a couple of projects over here. We're looking to buy more, blah, blah, blah. If it's cold outreach, if it's people you know, there's no need to establish credibility. They already
Okay.
know you.
All right.
If it's realtors you don't know, that's fine. But on that email, if you send it out to your sphere of influence or whatever, like, hey, we've finished up a couple projects. We're looking for some more.
Okay.
You don't need to even say where it is or anything else.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I definitely can do that. That's easy, and obviously, if it saves a couple $100 each month or week, then hey, that's always a plus too.
Well, it's because it'll compound on itself. Because let's say
Yeah.
you pay that realtor a commission,
Yeah.
and then on the next one, hey, I just paid a realtor X amount of dollars for bringing me a deal. I want to buy more deals. Send me your deals.
Okay.
I love writing $10,000 checks because that realtor still get paid. It's not like you're
Yeah.
not
Of
going to get paid.
course. Yeah. Yeah.
And
I've
so
seen a lot
that's
of
what I
guys
would do.
doing that. I've seen a lot of guys doing that right now, especially local flippers here in TAC. They're pretty much posting that. They're saying, hey, realtors bring your deal. We'll get you on the list side, the purchase side. Like you'll make multiple commissions on this one deal, and that's how they're obviously trying to entice more realtors to bring deals to the table.
Yeah, because bro, it's free and it's fast.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to try and reinvent the wheel, but people who actually flip houses, I always tell them, bro, you can just market. As a wholesaler, you got to say, I can sell your deal to someone else so you can make more money.
Yeah. Okay.
Nobody really wants to hear that. When the realtor's like, hey, just bring me your deal. And if it's a good enough deal, bro, you'll take it down anyways.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel because the wheel's complicated enough for me. Like
Yeah.
I'm just trying to find my like groove with it. And that's the
Mm-hmm.
hard part with this business is it's like shiny object syndrome. And I'm not that I'm trying to like buy into this and buy into that, and that I'm just trying to figure out what will work for me and something that I can do consistently, at least something fairly easy to just get started so I get familiar with it. Like I understand the general process of this whole thing and how it goes. Like I said, I've done a couple of deals in the past that were assignments, and it's relatively easy, especially once you have the tools. It's relatively easy. It's obviously the hard part is the consistency and being able to keep it going, and for something for me that is manageable and doable for myself. Because right now I'm just a one man business. Like I don't have
Yep.
callers, I don't have people handling this or that. It's just me. So I'm trying to push it through, and I'm really trying to focus on tasks that are going to move the needle forward. And that's where I get like frustrated in my day to day is like a lot of things that I do. I feel like they're for the benefit of the business, but are they things that are making me money? No, not necessarily. Are they moving the needle forward to make money? No, not necessarily. It's almost like office work, trying to get stuff and clerical shit done, sorry if it goes,
Give me an
but,
example of that.
uh,
Like, what are you doing
so
that's like,
like okay, so I mean this past 2 weeks been perfect examples, right? Like we have one of our flips that
okay,
we got somebody that broke into it or whatever, right? It's been stealing our lock boxes and stuff. Been going over there trying to freaking get the doors unlocked for contractors. I put lock boxes on there obviously to avoid me having to drive half an hour each way to go and unlock a door, right? People are still in the lock boxes, so then I gotta go drive over there, open a door, come back, and then the next day I'm like, hey, leave the garage door open or whatever. I'll leave the code for the garage door opener so you can just go in through there. Somebody locks the garage door, and now I'm driving back there again the next day. There's another hour. It's just like
yeah,
unnecessary things keep happening, right? And then of course just accounting stuff, right? Trying to keep heads or tails of everything, of expenses and stuff like that has been tough, right? Trying to just make sure that we are making sense of the dollars that we're spending and keeping track and tabs of everything. Managing contractors, that's always crazy. So there's a lot, it's definitely a lot, and that's why I'm like, for me, I'm small potatoes. I'm only doing a few flips a year, or whatever it is. But I'm like, at this rate, I can't scale. I don't have the systems in place to scale, and that's where I'm frustrated. I got to figure out how to get better strategies in place so that I can flow through these deals. Because I tell myself, like, if I had 5 or 6 flips going on right now, what would I be doing? How would I be managing them? And I don't know, at some point, if that's when I really have to realize, okay, I need to bring on help, or is it just coming down to systems? Do I have a lack of systems that's really not allowing me to grow and to use my time more beneficial than I am right now?
I'd say it's both. I'd
Yeah.
say you probably need an assistant right now just to help out and you need a bookkeeper.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
probably.
you you really need a book. I'd put right down I need a bookkeeper and I'd start interviewing bookkeepers right now
Okay.
to just help you with that or get AI to help you with it or something. Right? I know there's different AI bookkeeping software out there that we've looked into. But with like flipping and you're spending that doesn't make you money. And what we tell everybody is you want to keep revenue in first position.
Yeah.
Your day all day should be spending all your time to make it rain money. Everyone else's job, in my opinion, at the beginning, is to help clean up the money. That's how I operate everything because you're probably a deal guy like me. I can think of the system. I can go make it rain, but once the system's set up, I don't want to be the one operating it from day to day. That's just not
Yeah.
how I like to roll. And so I'd say we for sure need an assistant, and let's get a bookkeeper to cover those. As far as like
Okay.
the flip thing, sometimes that's just fucking nature of the beast, bro.
Right.
Right? When like, oh no, this dipshit did this dipshit. Like we had one of those on an ovation we have in Florida the other day, to where like, oh well, we can't get in. Oh, we got to get photos scheduled. We got to get this. We got to get that, and that sucked. To where the first thing for me is how do I not have to do this? And the easiest thing is like, well, I need kind of like a runner, or I need a GC or someone who I can trust to like handle that little thing for me.
Yeah.
Obviously, you want to check in on the projects, but I would want to implement something like that as far as like running back and forth. Since it's only one job, it's kind of hard. But if it's like, hey, I'll pay someone $25 just to go unlock this house
Yeah.
or whatever it is, someone's willing to do it. Like you go on like TaskRabbit or something.
Okay.
If you think it's eating that much time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, sometimes it can be, because like I said, it's half an hour each way at least, give or take with traffic, sometimes 45 minutes. So there's almost 2 hours of my day gone just like that, And so like if I'm in the middle of like last week, I was right in the middle of trying to finally, get my calls going, get the group going and that, and I was making calls and then contractors were like, hey dude, I can't get in. What the hell? And I'm like, great, now drop everything I'm doing, go over there, pack the kids up, let's go, like
Yeah.
it's just one of those things, and I know it's not every day and it's not a daily habit that keeps happening, but it's just things like that, that really take away from productivity during the week. And 2 hours here, an hour here, I do lose a lot of work hours from that time, and so that's where I'm trying to make it up, whether it's in the evening or the weekends, whatever it is. So this way I can get back to the tasks that are going to start making us money. Because right now, like these other ones, I feel like I'm just wasting my time and spending more money, gas on unnecessary things that I don't need to be doing.
One thing I would say, I don't really have any meetings until like noonish.
Uh-huh.
Before that, I'm like on the phones probably.
Okay. So you're time blocking hardcore, just like from here to
Yeah, like
here.
I
This
don't.
is my
I'll wake up in the morning. Depending on what time I wake up. If I wake up at 5, I still check my email at 5. But
yeah.
then I'll go to the gym, do anything else. If I wake up at fucking like 6:30 and I don't have enough time to go to the gym, I wake up, check my email, and then I have like an hour with my son, getting him ready for school. I walk my son to school, and then either I'm going to the gym or I'm just hopping into what I need to.
Hmm.
And if I go to the gym, I'll call whoever I need to call during that time. But like those are phone calls I choose to make. Maybe I'm calling a family member or I'm calling like some sort of vendor or something. But I don't have any sorts of meetings because like that's the time where we're making money. Like that's the
Okay.
time I know I can set aside time to make money because stuff pops up, like you said.
Yeah.
And so you need a time block out. Like, okay, every morning once I drop off the kids at 8, I know from 8:30 to 11:30 that's my time to make money. That's
Okay.
my time on the phones, and just set that time aside because the best time to be on the phones is the time you can be on the phones.
Yeah. Of course.
And so if you can get it out of the way early, set that time up. I'm like, hey, nope, this is the time. I can't do anything else. It is what it is. And then let your
Okay.
contractors know. We need to let the world know how to interface with us, not how we interface with them. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, if you want to get a hold of me, here's what it is, blah, blah, blah. Here's the rules. Here's when I'm available. And then I just don't text people back.
Yeah, I think that's part of my problem. I'm just so quick to run off when fire happens. I'm there to extinguish it. I'm not kind of just trying to let it figure
Yeah, and if
itself
you have a
out.
big fire on a flip, like you kind of have to do it.
You got to
But
go. Yeah,
very few things are a right now problem.
yeah,
If my son's going to the hospital, that's a right now problem.
yeah. Of course.
If there's something else that happens, like what is something else that would pull you away from your money making activities?
I mean, it's for you. I mean, for me, realistic things, family. Family things, family issues, or whatever it might be. Those are going to be the things that are going to make me jump out of the office and run.
Are you the main
Besides,
breadwinner?
yeah,
Then you still need to protect your time because if you can't set aside time to be the main breadwinner, then your family's not going to have any bread.
yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
To
no, hundred
where,
percent.
and I don't know how old your kids are and everything else, but we still need to be efficient enough to be able to set the boundaries and just be like, hey, like during these times, I can't do anything. And I've had to even get a calendar because I know like Tuesdays and Thursdays I have to be done at 4:45 because I know I take Zeno to Taekwondo and I hate it. I'd rather much. I usually work until 6 or 7 every day, anyways.
Uh,
Right, but like, okay, I know I need to be really efficient on those days because I know I have that coming up and I can't do anything else.
yeah,
And so there's an earlier wake up, and then there's a really, really hard time block for me to prioritize so I can give that time when it's needed to be given.
gotcha. Yeah, yeah. You're fulfilling that commitment. Especially to your kid, it's important. And that's how I am too. Like if there's something family wise, like I'm there. That's my number one all the time. So I'm always trying to make sure I can kind of divvy up my time for both, and that's where it does get hard. Because I got 3 kids, so two of my kids are home right now because they're out of school and stuff. So I have a fairly full house. One of
Yeah.
them's in middle school, so we're picking her up and stuff too. So that's kind of the hard part with working from home sometimes, right? Because it's the distractions, the daily distractions that you have with the kids and stuff. But that's where I'm trying to manage it. And I know you and I brushed up on this the other day when I was telling you, I was like, hey man, I'm trying to make calls and like my kids are screaming in the background and you're kind of like, just own it, like that's who
Yeah.
you are. That's what it is, and that was a sense of relief, to be honest, because like a lot of times I'm like over here, like, like trying to hush my kid or whatever. But the reality is like, we're just people. Right. So at the end of the day, you're conversating with another person. And so I think that's where it was very helpful to hear that. And it's been a lot easier since then to try and progress with making calls or being on the phone and being a lot more relaxed in that sense and not being so like business, business suit, hush quiet, kind of thing. Like it's okay to have a kid scream. Obviously, I'm not trying to be super unprofessional, right? Kids scream his head
Yeah.
off, but if they hear the kid talking, like it is what it is, at the end of the day.
And how old are your kids?
So I got a 2-year-old, 8-year-old, and a 13-year-old.
So the 8-year-old now, unless he's special needs, understands boundaries, right?
Yeah,
Like the
one hundred
8-year-old can
percent.
understand boundaries. The older kid can understand boundaries. There's no negotiating with the 2-year-old terrorist,
Yeah.
right? But the 2-year-old terrorist is still cute enough to where everyone else will understand.
Yep. Exactly.
And so I wouldn't stress about it. Like, hey, if something's going on, but like for my 8-year-old and my 14-year-old, it's like, hey, in order for dad to be able to be present at all the other times that you need him, dad has to lock in right now. Dean is really good at doing both at the same time. He's the only person I know who can.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. He's
Dean's not
really
on the phone with
good.
sellers all day. Like for me,
Yeah.
like my son knows, like, hey, dude, when you come home, come upstairs. I'll stop what I'm doing. I'll give you a hug and a kiss. But like daddy's locked in so he can give you time fully committed when he is there.
Later. Yeah.
And that, bro, that's just is what it is. That's the nature of the beast. And that's how I work. Because
Yeah.
I'm very binary. I can't be half on, half off. Like when I'm on, I want to be on. And then when I'm with my kid, I want to be with my kid.
Yeah. 100%.
And so it's easier to set a boundary like that and make it that way. But if like at some point in time something crazy is going on, it's okay to step out a little bit. But at that 8:30 to 11:30, there should not be really anything going on. The 2-year-old should be pretty chill. for the most part. They may be going to take a nap at that point in time too.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I pray.
Yeah, that's what I usually try to do is like he'll nap in the afternoon. So then I'm like, all right, it's fairly quiet in the house, you know. That's when it's a good time for me to try and make dials or whatever it is, you know, or if there's stuff I gotta tend to that, you know, can't really have distractions or whatever. That's usually my time to really plug in. And then in the morning, I'm usually doing computer stuff, like if it's emails or whatever, you know, making calls that I don't really need to have quiet, you know, for, then I'll deal with those, like all the little tasks of the daily needs. I'm getting those done usually in the earlier morning. That seemed to work out for me. I don't know if you have a preference for calls, like a time frame, if it's better be in the afternoon, mornings, evenings. What do you
Your
think
computer
is
stuff
typically
should be
best?
done in the afternoons.
Oh, okay.
I
So I got it
want I
backwards.
want to like cuz if I do my computer stuff when no one will pick up the phone, then I'm not losing out on time on the phone. If
Yeah.
someone can pick up the phone during that time of day, I should probably be on the phone.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
my computer stuff can wait until 8 or 9. Or I should do my computer stuff at like 7 a.m. Probably 6:30 for you before the kids wake up.
Yeah. Early.
Yeah, like early, I knock out my computer stuff. I crush that morning part, and then after that, as I have emails coming in and I'm on the phone, I can handle them there. But during the day, during those times, I want to be on the phones
Okay.
because I know that is when people are going to pick up. But
So you
at
have a
8 o'clock at
tendency.
night, go ahead.
No, so there's a tendency that they answer more in the mornings than they are in the afternoons.
Yeah, like so people will pick up the phone more from like 8 to 11 and then again from like 4 to 8 or like your prime times.
Okay.
Those are our prime times. Middle of the day, not as much. So like if I'm running behind, I know on Mondays I have a meeting with Dean at 2. I'll
Hmm.
typically go to the gym and I'll just take my meeting at the gym.
Okay.
Right? Because no one's really picking up at 2. From 12 to 2 ish, it's a lot slower on the phones for us.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. See, I would have thought opposite. I would have thought people are at lunch, they're away from their desk, whatever, they'd answer their phone, you know, but
Mm-hmm.
they're enjoying their lunch. They don't want to talk to anybody, I guess. Huh?
Morning shift and afternoon shift is what typically performs well for us. And
Okay.
so we start at 7 a.m. and then we don't stop until 8 p.m.
Okay. And so as far as like leads and stuff go, right? I mean, you guys, I would assume you guys are getting more inbound leads, right? Is what you guys are
Yep.
handling. Okay.
We cold text and cold call though.
Okay. So you guys are still actively doing that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in order for me to get more inbound leads, I mean, ultimately with my budget, it's going to be primarily going through like PPL stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I would stick to just one thing. I wouldn't go mail and PPL. I'd just stick to one or the other.
Oh,
You
one
don't
or the
have a
other.
big enough budget to split it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because I mean, obviously, my that's what I was trying to figure out as well too. Because I've never used PPL, so I wasn't familiar with obviously the lead quality, how fast the leads are coming in. Like again with iSpeed to lead, you know, I just started Friday, and since then there's been like 3 leads that have come in, and so it's been fairly good. You know, at least I think so. The cost of them has been anywhere from like $300 to $400 per lead
Yep.
for those Sacramento leads. So I don't know if that's kind of average of what you're seeing with like real estate bees and stuff. Pretty similar.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, but that sounds like you just spent your entire budget in 3 days.
Yeah, I mean, I have flexibility. I could technically spend a little bit more, especially if the leads are like really good. You know, I would be open to spending a little bit more. But if it's like you know somebody that's like super cold, like not really a hot lead, then that's where it's hard to justify spending $400 on somebody that's like, all right, maybe in 6 months they might be ready. You know, versus
Yeah.
somebody that's like, I need to sell today. Like I'm ready, I'm motivated. There's distress or whatever. So
Most of your leads are going to want to sell right now. I mean,
mhm.
they're pretty high intent leads. But I like real estate bees. Like I said, lead Zolo's really good. Property leads are the three we would use. If you're going to use iSpeed to lead, I'd use their coupon club.
Yeah, that's the one that the guy was talking to me about.
And that's like 29 to like $10 leads. That's what I would do if I didn't have as much money, but then you're wholesaling a little bit out of your area.
Okay.
Because like not every no one is going to let a lead in Sacramento fall through the cracks and fall down to like a $29 lead.
Yeah.
No one. Like someone's going to pick that up.
Yeah, majority of the
So,
$29 ones I was seeing were like listed already, and then that's what it was said in the notes. It was like this one's already on the market. Owner's not really happy with the realtor or whatever. They're just looking for an offer. So those ones kind of to me sound like nothing too
and I
crazy,
wouldn't spend
but
money on those.
right, that's
I
how I
wouldn't spend
kind of
money
was
on it.
reading it too. So let me ask you this too. What's your take on this? Obviously, I'm a licensed agent as well. So my thought here is like I kind of can give the seller some options, right? And I can be like, hey, look, if you're ready to sell, you just want to be done, house is trash, whatever it might be, we can obviously purchase it as a cash offer, right? Or if you're dealing with that person that's like, yeah, the house needs some work, but it's not terrible, presenting them with the listing option. And, for me, it would be technically a win win. If I could take it down as a wholesale, great. If I could take it down as a listing, great. But I feel like it's a way to just provide more options to that person. Do you think that's messy or do you think that's,
I think it works.
strategic?
You just got to
Okay.
lead with cash.
Okay.
Like
That's
you
what
got
I
to
figured.
lead, like you have to lead and like have that be your main option. And
Yeah.
then if it's just not going anywhere, then go with cash. Then go with the
Okay.
listing, I mean.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, that's my first objective, right? Is to really just try to get more wholesale deals, cash deals, whatever. But secondly, if it's not looking like the numbers are panning out for them or whatever, or maybe the deal just doesn't quite fit for a wholesale purchase, then the listing is where I would like to follow up with and try to see if we can get that to go that route, and at least get something from it, right? And, I mean, because if at the end of the day, if I can get a listing, hey, I'm happy with that too. That still feeds my family, at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. But
So
yeah, bro, I wouldn't. It's not messy, but even when people try and introduce different exits like innovation or sub to or owner finance,
mhm.
you still want to just stick with a cash intro and try and make the cash work no matter what.
Okay. So pushing
Then if
that the
it's not
most.
working, then you can transition to your listing.
Okay. And you'll know, I would assume, right? Like you're getting hard nose or it's just not getting anywhere. You pretty much can tell like this is just the cash deal's not going to work for them.
Yeah. Check out. I'm sure Trevor Mock has great content on it because they spun up a bunch of websites for real estate investors who are also
Trevor
real
Ma.
estate agents.
Uh huh.
He owns Investor Carrot.
Okay.
That's whose content I'd look into because I'm sure he's interviewed someone who does it, and I just follow that pitch.
Okay.
That's 100% what I would go for there. But you need to do a lot more other agent outreach. I'm telling you right now, like it sounds like it's not going to work well. It's going to get you deals right now. It's going to be free and it's going to be easier.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely do that. That's honestly probably the easiest task you can give me. you know.
That because like your PPL, bro, with your budget, you're going to burn through your PPL within 3 or 4 leads.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the hard part. What's like a healthy budget you're going to need for PPL? A couple grand at least, 5 grand.
Um, I mean, 5 grand would be good, but how many leads are you usually talking to a week?
For me right now, I've only done, man, maybe like 50 or 60. I'm not calling that much.
Before I always tell everybody before I start spending $5,000 a month, I probably want to be more comfortable in the process.
Okay.
And so I would, with real estate bees, they have like a $29 non-exclusive lead option. You can sign up for that. They sell them to other people too, but who cares? You just need to get used to talking to leads
Just, yeah, getting on the
before,
phone.
yeah, before I start spending real amounts of money on those leads. It's
Okay.
no, it's just practice, and it's good practice.
Yeah.
And then once you're comfortable, as much money as you can spend is a good budget.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Like as much money as you are able to comfortably spend is a good budget. But like I tell everybody, like I said, Bobby spends 8K to get a deal, and that's up in Sac. Like that's just kind of If that's what Bobby's doing, Bobby's a really, really good operator. And so it's
Yeah,
probably going to be between 6 and 8K.
gotcha. Yeah, it's pricey, man. And it's definitely competitive right now. Especially here in Sacramento, we got some pretty big people moving stuff right now, and so I feel like it's getting harder, and that's why I'm trying to get my foot in the door as I can. But I don't have the financial capability to do it like some of these guys do right now. And that's where I'm just trying to figure out, okay, what are my other options that I can do it. You know, trying to get to that statue at some point, but without spending my life savings away as well too.
Yeah, but they started at the same place as you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, okay, what do they do? Like, like how did
They
they
just put
start
more
this?
chips in the middle.
Yeah.
They just decided to spend more on marketing. Then they slowly ramped it up. And you don't need to have some massive company.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you want your business to look like? Like how many
Consistency,
deals, how much
man.
money
Deal
coming in?
consistency. I mean, honestly, like if I could do 12 deals a year, I'd be happy with that, to be honest. That would be enough. Between that and my real estate business, I'd be comfortable. If I can do more, I'm all for it. 12 wholesales, 12 flips. We average about 15 to 20 real estate transaction deals a year. I mean, that's plenty, for us to be able to be comfortable here and take care of my family. But ultimately, I'll take the sky's the limit for me. I really don't care if it can get bigger and bigger. I'm all for it too.
The reason, and so the reason I ask is like, okay, so how much money to make a month to where I'm happy with that? What do I want my life to look like? And then what do I want that business to look like?
Yeah.
Because your business doesn't have to be the same as Bobby's. You know what I'm saying? Like your business could be whatever you want your business to be.
Yeah.
We never, for this company, we've tried hiring on Americans, but we've never actually had an office for this. Like I've had an office before, and we've hired on American people, but for the biggest companies that we've grown, we've never had an office. I just work from home. Hormozy grew a company to $40 million a year from a laptop. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like,
Yeah. It's
what do
not
you want that to
necessary.
look like?
Yeah.
It
And I
doesn't
don't care about
necessarily
that
have to be
either.
the Bobby thing.
Yeah, and I don't care about that, the glitz and glam of an office and everything. Like I said, it's more for me, it's deal flow consistency, because ultimately that's what's going to put money in our bank account and put food in our mouths. So I'm really just trying to be able to get that to where I can figure out the process that I need to be doing in order to in order to achieve that, right? In order to have that come out and be basically the new everyday norm, and not just be like right now I feel like I'm just scratching my head. I'm just trying to figure out like, okay, how do I even get there? How do I even get started? And that's where I said like I feel like I'm spinning, because there's so many different avenues that I'm like, okay, try this, okay, try that, try that. One, I'm not giving enough time. Two, I'm not being consistent enough. I know that. And that's where I need to figure out, okay, what is one simple task that I can do every single day that I know is going to move the needle in the right direction where we need to go.
So every day, you need to post on social media, on your Facebook and your Instagram,
Okay.
saying, I need more deals. Realtors, send me your deals. Once a week, you should email your list saying, hey, we're looking for new projects. I want to pay you to bring me deals. Who has any deals? I'd love to talk to you.
Okay.
Thanks, babe. Okay. And then from there, I have those two. And then I have my PPL stuff that's coming in. And that'll come in sporadically with your budget. Well, let's say we want to spread that out over a month. I
Hmm.
don't necessarily want to blow my load right away because then you just blow through that.
Yeah.
And when I'm not talking to realtors, I should be cold calling our county courthouse lists.
Okay. And then the county courthouse list, are you speaking of like going down to like the recorder's office and like pulling lists from there or
If that's the
probates?
only way you can get it, yeah.
Yeah, I think for here in SAC, you got to go down to the recorder's office and pull copies or whatever, or look at it from their computers or whatever. I think they can print them out and stuff. I've been there, but I've never went there with the intent to print out lists.
Probates are good as well.
Okay.
But right now, we market to, with Data Syndicate, we market to probate, Liz Penance, tax delinquent, pre-foreclosure, and there's code violation. I think that's all. That's like 5 of them. There may be 6. And we market to all those every day. Like, sometimes we get 70 in a day. Sometimes we get... Today we got like 8. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? Who fucked up? I was like, what do you mean there's only 8 records? Like, we have someone here full time to do this. What do you mean? That's what I would do. And I would just call all them all day.
Okay. So when you're getting these county like courthouse records, are you running them through like Property Radar, or are you running through Resimply and then skip tracing
You'll
them?
probably need to take them through Property Radar and then take them through Resimply.
Okay, so like
you'll probably need to take them through Property Radar, build the list. Mm-hmm. Then you need to take that list, skip trace it, and Resimply, and then you'll be good.
Okay. Yeah, that was the only problem I was having with Resimply, and I don't know if I'm just impatient or what, but I was calling like the list. I've been doing, I was doing like tired landlords with like high equity, whatever. And so I was doing that, and it's like one at a time, because like Resimply doesn't have the multi-line dialer. So I mean, is that going to be the most efficient way to be doing that? It's just doing one at a time, or
with these really niche records that you're going to be pulling, we use the single line dialer, but we triple dial everybody.
Okay.
Like we will call them 3 times just like it's a new PPL lead.
So you're just waiting, pretty much trying to get somebody on the phone if you're not successful.
Because we know that's a quality, that lead's already qualified.
Yeah.
So we just want to triple dial them anyways. So that's why we don't necessarily care if it's a single line dialer, because we're dial, voicemail, dial, voicemail, dial.
Oh, so you're doing back to back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we go back to back to back on one person, and then we'll text them. So that's why we don't necessarily care if it is a single line, because we know it's going to be very, very niche down. Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, and that's what I was concerned about. I mean, for me, I was just kind of going through. I was trying each phone number that they had listed for the contact, and then if nothing, I would hit them with the text, and then I go to the next person or the next contact, whatever, right? So I wasn't doing the triple line dialing for a lot of them. I was just doing it one call per number that was listed. That was it.
Yeah, we'll call it 3 times because it's already qualified. But for like absentee landlords, there's so much data, it doesn't really make as much sense. That's why I said niche down a lot on all those lists, and then do it that way.
Okay. And so from there, when you guys are calling and like say you don't get anybody still, you haven't talked to anyone, they haven't responded to text messages, are you just putting them on like some sort of drip campaign, or what's kind of your process after that?
No, we just call them until they pick up.
Oh, you just keep calling?
Yeah, just keep calling them.
Okay. Crazy X, huh?
I mean, your numbers will rotate anyways, and if you're not calling them, someone else is calling them anyways, so we might as well be calling them.
Yeah. Okay. They'll just keep on the phones then primarily. When do you typically utilize like the drip campaigns? I've seen those on Resimply, but I haven't used them, nor do I really know how to use them.
For our drip campaigns, anything that comes in through our cold texting or cold calls or PPL comes in, and it automatically it's putting on a drip campaign. Okay. And that will trigger, and that'll message them.
Got it. Okay.
And then for our cold texting, they get texted until they pick up. We just have an AI bot that texts them forever.
Oh, nice. Okay. So ultimately, your hot leads, you're not doing any kind of drip or anything like that, right? You're just trying to stay in front of them.
Our hot leads, they're still on a drip campaign.
Oh, they are? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's on a drip campaign. Out of, let's say we have 3,000 leads right now, all of them are on a drip campaign.
Got it. Okay. And those are just simple follow-ups, like, hey, we talked about that cash offer last week, or something, like you have some sort of script, I'd assume, that you're putting in there?
Since you're a community member, you can send Resimply a message, and they will give you all of mine and Dean's drip campaigns. We have about 20 different drip campaigns.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And I think we've both collectively paid like 10 grand for those, so that's a bargain in and of itself.
Yeah, seriously. Dude, thanks. So talk to Resimply, ask about drip campaigns. Okay. Cool, man. Well, I think this gives me at least a good start as to things I definitely need to be doing that I weren't doing before. Like I said, it's consistency is the biggest thing, and so I know that a lot of this stuff is things that I've done in the past, but it's not something I'm doing daily to make it a habit. And I think that's one of the biggest things I definitely got to change for myself.
Bro, it's daily.
Yeah,
It's just
100%.
doing it daily for a year. Every I say this every day. Everybody fucks up because they don't stick to doing the same activities for a year, and it's sporadic. It all works, and if you want consistency, you have to be consistent at the beginning,
Yeah, and that's
right?
what I'm
Because
trying to
our
figure out.
outputs is what creates the consistency.
Yeah, no, 100%. And that's where I was just like, I've been frustrated because I'm just trying to figure out like what's my starting point. And that's where I just couldn't figure that part out. That's where I'm like, if I have at least a task or a plan at hand, then at least I know something to follow, and I'm hoping that will make my day to day a little bit easier and more comprehensible for me. Because right now it's just there's too many options to start with, and that's where I was like, okay, I'm not even making progress at this point.
Like, let me share my schedule with you today. Um, s- so I did not wake up at 4:45 like I wanted to. I woke up at 6:30. Very disappointing for me,
Oh, you slept
honestly.
in today.
Right, I slept in. But so like that and I'm just waking up, check my email, doing stuff. 7 to 8 is getting my son ready for school, making him breakfast, doing whatever we need to do around the house. 8 to 9 is a ruck, and then after that, it's typically I'll be on the phones as we're, excuse me, hiring on more sales reps.
Mhm.
So I'll just be on the phones handling stuff. I may have a couple emails coming in that I need to handle, but that's typically all done in the mornings. Usually there's nothing that's a huge fire. If it is, I can decide if I want to handle it or not. And then at 11:30, I had interviews for our new sales team members. Then I have a call with you. At 2 o'clock, I have a call with Dean. From 2:30 to 2:55, I have another meeting. From 3:30 to 4:15, I have another sales interview. And then after that, I'll probably be on the phones. And I had a huddle. I squeeze in huddles and talking to team members around there. But
Mhm.
after 12 is when I actually start taking on meetings. And let's say from 4:15 until 6, I'll probably be on the phones because we're behind on leads.
Okay. You're trying to
But the
ramp it up a
majority of
little
the
bit then,
time
huh?
should just be on the phones. The majority of the time,
Yeah.
you should just be on the phones. Either talking
Okay.
to a buyer to get something sold or talking to a seller.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I know I definitely am lacking that part. Talking, getting on the phones. I hate cold calling. I'm not even going to lie about it, but I know that's ultimately something that I need to. It's just part of this business. You got to do it, or pay somebody
We
to
just
do
have
it.
to
One
do
of
it
the
right
two.
now. Until you
Yeah.
get your money up to a point where you're more comfortable spending more money on marketing, this is what you have to do.
Yeah. Get through to the
And
next
then
step.
once we've stacked up our money a little bit, then we don't have to do it anymore.
Yeah. Well, there's the incentive then, huh?
Exactly.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it,
A-
man. Yeah, this definitely
Anything
helps.
else, bro?
No, I think that's it. Honestly, I mean, those are big action steps for me. That's like I said, it's very easy to implement into my day to day. Without costing me an arm and a leg, realistically. And so that's what I really needed, is because I was getting spun out on a lot of pay options. It's like, okay, well, how much
Yep.
am I going to spend here? How much am I going to spend there? Like, can I do that? Can I swing that for the next 6 months? Is kind of what I keep hearing is kind of the minimum that you need to do. So I'm like, all right, can I really swing that for the next 6 months and still be good? Especially if nothing comes in, if nothing pans out in those 6 months, God forbid, am I going to be all right? So it's just a
Yep.
lot of things, trying to calculate and make sure we're good at the end of the day. But I think these are very reasonable steps to be able to do. That's not going to make me stress or not be able to sleep at night and think, can I still pay my mortgage or whatever else when it comes to it.
Exactly, bro. You got it,
So
dude. Just stick to the same actions. You know we're here
yes,
for you.
sir. All right, brother. Appreciate it, man.
All right, Brody. I'll talk to you soon. Guys, if you need help in your real estate business, you can go to dealchamps.com/apply. And we'd love to talk to you. Thanks so much, Marcus. Guys, we'll talk
Yes,
to you soon.
sir.
Don't forget to hit like and subscribe.
All right, Strat. Thank you, brother.